My name is Elizabeth Smith, and I will be presenting to you my eFolio. It is noted on my title page that I completed my student teaching at Enterprise Attendance Center in the 6th grade science class. Enterprise is located in Lincoln County, Mississippi. There is also a picture that I have included of myself. Next, we have my resume. And you can see here all the different parts included in my resume, such as my education, my experience, skills, activities, and some references are listed. Now we will move on to section 1. Section 1 focuses on professional growth, reflection, and evaluation. There are 5 questions in this specific section that I have answered. Question number 1 says, how did you evaluate the effects of your professional decisions and actions on students in the learning community? Here is my quick response, and my supporting evidence includes my table from my unit that I taught with my learning gains during lesson, including the pre and post assessment results. And there's also a couple screenshots of grows and glows from my cooperating teacher throughout the semester. Question 2 says, how did you use student data to determine the effectiveness of your instruction and evaluate the effects of your professional decisions? Here is my quick response, and my supporting evidence is my pre-test checklist as well as my post-test checklist. This is from my unit that I taught the week after spring break. And there is also an example of lesson outlines that I used during lessons. These were so the students were paying attention during reading, and they were able to jot down notes, fill in the blanks, and they were able to use these as study guides for their tests. Question 3, how did you actively seek out opportunities to grow professionally? Here is my quick response, and my supporting evidence includes my TIAI training certification, my ISL training certification, PD documentation from a grade level meeting we had. Here is a picture of all of the teacher candidates at Teacher Recruitment Day at Delta State. And this is a good friend of mine and myself at Teacher Recruitment Day at Delta State. And you can see on the picture that it's geolocated with Cleveland. Question 4 says, how did you use and reflect on your teaching, professional ethics, and resources to positively impact your teaching? Here is my response. And in my supporting evidence, I included an indicator reflection that we had to do throughout the semester. This was just one of many that we did. This helped us to see indicators and how we were utilizing them in the classroom. So we were able to provide our own examples to answer these. And then I also included my ISL section 7, which was a reflection on high success levels of mastery, reflections on low success levels of mastery, implications for future instructional design and teaching, implication for professional development, and this was all based on my unit that I taught the week after spring break. Question 5 says, how did you use technology to positively impact student learning? Technology was such a big incorporation this semester. I wasn't exactly sure what supporting evidence to include, but that on the previous page was my response. And here is an example of a book it game that we used to assess the students' learning gains. Here is where one instance of where I projected problems onto the board for the students to see and follow along while we were doing whole group lesson. And then here's a picture of students using laptops to complete an assignment. The main platform that we used was Google Classroom. On to section 2. Section 2 focuses with collaboration with families, colleagues, and community agencies. Question 1 of 4 says, how did you collaborate and maintain a positive relationship with your school colleagues, administrators, cooperating teacher, and supervisor? Here is my response that I typed out to this question. And here's my supporting evidence. Here are some grows and glows from my cooperating teacher once again. Here's the conversation that I had with my advisor, Miss Cindy Gibson. She was absolutely phenomenal this semester. Here's another example of PD documentation from a grade level meeting that we had. Question 2, How did you use community resources, human or material, in lessons to enhance student learning to promote the intellectual, social, emotional, physical growth, and well being of the children? Here is my response to this question. And my supporting evidence includes my two of my community visitors that I had in the classroom. First was Miss Kathy McCone. She is a biomedical research instructor at one of the local community college. She came and visited the students and spoke with them about mitosis. She used pipe cleaners to demonstrate the different stages of the cell cycle. She also played the song "The Circle of Life" from Lion King and related it to the never-ending circle of division within cells. Um, she also played "We Are Family" and related that to the sister chromosomes that are formed after mitosis has completed. Mr. Graham Carter, he is a longtime friend of mine. He is a nurse at one of the local hospitals and will soon be working on his nurse practitioner. He created a video for the students to watch on the difference between viruses and bacteria. This was a very interesting clip, and the students seemed to really enjoy watching this. Question 3. How did you use family resources, human or material, in lessons to enhance student learning to promote the intellectual, social, emotional, physical growth, and well being of the children? Here is my quick response to this question. And my supporting evidence, we had this is two of the parents that came and helped us this semester. Miss Dana Stone is one of our 6th grade parents. She is an assistant at Enterprise Attendance Center, and she was so eager to come help us this day with microscopes. We were looking at the stages of the cell cycle through the microscope, and the students were having to look and decide which phase was being depicted by what they saw through the microscope. Here's another parent, Miss Deanna Martin. She was assisting the students with a math sheet. I did my student teaching in the science classroom, but towards the end of the semester, we started incorporating a good bit of math to better prepare the 6th grade students for that 6th grade math state test. And question number 4. How did you establish and maintain a positive collaborative relationship with your students, parents, and or guardians? This is so important to me. You're working with the children of these parents, and they should know what's going on in this classroom. At the beginning of the semester, I sent home, on my supporting evidence, I sent home an introduction letter, just quickly introducing myself, a little bit about me, and some of my favorites, and also there was some contact information on here. And then my unit that I taught the week after spring break, this was a letter that I sent home introducing the unit. I included a couple clip arts of food chain and food web, and we had a party, and I made a list of some things that the students could have brought to make a connection of what consumer will eat which food. It was fun, and the students had fun while also learning about the food chain and food web. This is my eFolio, and thank you for allowing me to present this to you today.